What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the You Don't Know Ball channel. We are here for a Week 6 preview. I'm gassed up. We got some good games, and how do you guys feel today?
I feel good. I was a little tired, but I think these primetime games are cool, maybe outside of the one we get tomorrow night, but I think they...
Oh, that's cool.
That's a cool game.
And I'm going to...
Orange helmets.
I'm going to put Buffalo KC in the primetime kind of thing because it deserves
It should
to
be, yeah.
Wait a minute. Buffalo KC is not primetime?
It's 325. Even worse news, actually. Wait, even worse news. That game could be the latest game because if the Mariners they win a game in Houston, MLB playoffs, then they're going to switch the time up because the stadiums are right across the street.
Oh.
So they would start at 4:30 or something like that. It was. I saw something like that today. It was weird. So they could be playing the later slate and maybe head into Sunday night.
The Bills will?
No, the Seahawks Cardinals game.
I think I actually did. I did hear something.
Yeah, wait, I thought you were talking
Jeez,
about
I'm
Bills.
confused.
No, I know because he said it's not prime time. It was 3:25.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking about the 3:05. So I was like, they're trying to.
So what you're saying? Wait, what you're really saying is you're saying there might be a chance for the Chiefs to sneak in there if that happens to the Seahawks.
No, they're gonna be. I want them to be the last game that's played, because they're 3:25. These are 3:05.
Oh, okay.
But they're gonna be they could be way after.
You're saying that, okay, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it was
the
weird.
Seahawks and the Cardinals might get pushed back to 4:05.
4:30,
4:30,
yeah, something like
okay.
that. It was weird.
Kind of fun.
I was kind of
Yeah.
mad.
Give us just a random kickoff.
We would just have no intermission straight into Sunday Night Football.
Yeah,
That's what we kind of need.
They
So
should start doing
What's
that.
the result we need? We need the Mariners to just play a long game.
They need to win one game in Houston. They need to win one game in Houston.
Sounds doable.
Yeah.
Shout out the Mariners, man. How about the football community?
Yeah.
So are you guys ready to get into it?
You know me. I'm
so ready to talk about this game. We have the Bills heading back to Kansas City. The Bills are -2.5. Give me the Bills. And that's weird for me to say.
Yeah. I was really shocked to see that on the sheet. Give me the Bills as well.
I'm shocked. And I guess I'm riding solo here because I'm riding with the Chiefs.
I wanted to join you, Dobbs, but Buffalo's doing something different this year. I think it's just riding the hot hand.
They definitely are.
They're fired up. They got to be fired up for this one. I wonder what Josh Allen's mood has been this week because damn well he's obviously thinking about that game last year.
I didn't realize how fiery of a personality Josh is on the field, but this year I really think this year he's shown his true colors. And I don't know, there's something about Buffalo that really, I don't usually play into this whole they're going to come back revenge game, things outside of the actual game and what happens on the field. But with Buffalo, I just think it's different. I think with a good team like that, you have to play into the fact that they're playing against a team that beat them in the playoffs last year.
That is my sole reason for picking them. The only reason.
All right, so let me tell you.
They are the better team this year, and they've been the more dominant team. The Chiefs have looked good at some parts, but nothing like the former selves, But the revenge game factor, Josh Allen and the Bills want that so bad.
Let me tell you guys.
So bad.
This is 3D chess for everyone here because this is the thing is I was thinking about this too. Here's the problem with what you guys are saying because I've been in this seat too with the Saints before where there's been these similar games where, and let me explain what I'm saying, where I think the Bills know AFC chip comes around. That's who do they expect to play? It's the Chiefs. It's kind of like how I'm going to use the Buccaneers as an example against the Saints, where we played them great in the regular season, but the playoffs came around and it didn't matter because they had the better game plan for the playoffs. They didn't want to show us all their cards until then. I think it's going to be kind of a similar thing with the Bills, where they're going to understand we can't show them, we can't bring out everything we want to bring out this game because this isn't going to be the matchup against them where it really is going to matter. In all likelihood, they're going to meet an AFC championship. I think that's they know that. I don't think they're going to, I think they're going to be careful where they're going to play a good game against them, but I don't think they're going to pull too many tricks out of the bag. But that's the thing is the Chiefs have just every single week, it's just 20 new tricks. And it's ridiculous. Andy Reid he's just on another level every single season. And it's just regular season outcome. I think Mahomes is going to take this one. I think the Chiefs are rolling right now just as much as the Bills are. That's just how I see it. Where I think it's just I don't know. I'm riding solo, but that's just how I see it.
To your point, pulling out bags of tricks. I know you have to do that against every opponent. Switch it up every once in a while. But I think with Buffalo, they really don't have to do much because that defensive line is really mean, and they only really need to roll out those four guys the whole game. They don't have to send too many blitzes or whatnot. Their coverage unit is stout. defensive line's playing great. So, like, they're going to put up some fits for Kansas City. And I just don't think they can't score every drive on the Bills. And I feel like that's how they win.
That's what I was going to say. They can't start slow like they did Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
It can't happen. Otherwise, it could get ugly, I think. Maybe. And I know I hate saying that against Mahomes because he's unreal. Like, we all watched the game Monday night and we're like,
we all live bet the Chiefs too.
Yeah, we're like, damn well that they were going to come back and win that game. I'm not so sure I could have that feeling if they're down 10, 17 or whatever. Like, I don't know if they can do that because the Bills, like you said, the Bills defense is nasty and they get after it up front.
Do you mind if I point out something real quick? So while this has to do with the game, both teams are 4-1. I feel like Patrick Mahomes is making a strong push for MVP this year. Because if you want to look at it, the highest his receiver has finished in a PPR league.
Any of the 5 weeks last week.
No, it was Juju. No, it was MVS. But it was still the 20th receiver. 20th. He has not had a receiver finish higher than 20th in PPR, and they're 4-1. I'm going with Buffalo, but I really think Patrick Mahomes just has that thing about him where he can pull it out.
So I just want to say one last thing too. Dobbs, I agree with everything you said, but like, I'm just flipping the teams. Like, to me, the Bills are more of the team to get the win in the regular season, and I trust the Chiefs and Mahomes and Andy Reid and all those guys like way more in the postseason, if that makes sense.
It does. I hope you're wrong.
No, do you know what I mean?
Honestly, I hope you're wrong. It's more like from a place of I want the Bills to be the team that gets it right.
Later on,
if they could get it right both times, that'd be cool.
I feel like we always see this with some teams where like the better team will like kind of like fold against a really good team in the regular season, and then later on in the playoffs, they're the team to like actually dominate and win the game. If that makes sense.
No, it definitely.
You know
does.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the Bucks and Brady, like they'll fold to random teams all the time, and then the playoffs come around. You know what's up.
Literally,
you know what's coming.
Yeah.
I have a question though. Two things actually. This game probably has a bigger factor on home field advantage than more people think.
That's a great
point.
Right?
That's a fantastic point because this is going to be the AFC Championship.
And then here raises my other question. Chiefs don't get the 1 seed. Do you trust them to go into Buffalo and do something crazy?
I was just gonna ask. Can I say something?
Because I'm not sure.
To me, both of these teams, it's like whoever's at home in that game, hypothetically, if they get there, is the team that wins.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt in my mind.
I don't see.
Although I don't know. I could also see,
bro. Just
I
picture
can
this.
see the Chiefs going into Buffalo.
Just picture this though. Buffalo is 1 win away from the Super Bowl. That place is going to be
true. That's crazy.
Like,
it's cold
insane.
as fuck too.
You don't know. It could be snowing, and I'm gonna take Allen in a snow game because he can run a little bit better than Mahomes, obviously. And I don't know if the pass game would be like changed up differently or whatever. But man,
I'm hype as fuck for playoff football.
Man,
holy shit,
that would be actually insane.
Mahomes is gonna have so much less pressure though. That's still gonna be a real thing. Is let's say that is the AFC chip. Like Mahomes is gonna go into that game with so much less pressure, whether he's home or away. The Bills, if the Bills, it's gonna happen eventually in the next few years. When and if that happens, the only thing that is gonna be on their mind all week is like shit. We're the franchise that lost. It just is what it is. They're the one that lost 4 in a row. It's literally heartbreaking for the Bills. But it's like that is the reality, and it's gonna until they do it, it's just gonna be in their mind. And it's like Mahomes he's done it. It's like
also another point. I don't believe Trey White plays this week.
That's a good point.
And if he plays in that, we're hypothetically calling him this AFC Championship game. I don't know if any of the KC receivers can beat him.
Get open.
No, absolutely not.
So that takes part of the field away, and I don't know. That's going to be really interesting.
I mean, if I'm Buffalo, I'm putting Matt Milano and Tre'Davious White on Kelsey every play. It has to be either one of them.
Every time.
It has to be either one of them. But so something new for the show. I think that I wanted to start, and for all of us to start, I'm going to do it at the end of whenever we talk about it, just to get a gauge of how everybody's feeling. Something that we can all agree on for a little teaser. We're going to do a little teaser. You don't know ball parlay. And I think from what I've gathered right here, since we do have a Kansas City, Buffalo plus 3.5 can't not hit. Buffalo will not lose by more than 3.
Agreed.
Is Buffalo losing by 7? Are losing by 4?
I don't think so.
I think Buffalo plus 3.5 is a great teaser line for you guys. How do you feel about that?
I like it. You get the field goal and the
You know,
hook.
we're kind of at some steep odds right now. I would maybe, toss it with Josh 2 touchdowns or something.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Why is this game not prime time?
I actually like
Seriously,
that better.
no, like
No,
it's
it's a
actually a
joke.
crime.
You know what? I like Josh Allen 2 touchdowns better. Let's see what the odds are for that.
Do you know what's fucking crazy too? They made this schedule before the season, obviously, and they really had Buffalo and KC not primetime without even knowing that Philly and Dallas was going to be a good game. Like before the season, would you have looked at Philly and Dallas and been like Sunday night, like,
4-1,
2 4-1 teams, like this is going to be a good game? Like they had no idea that was going to happen.
I don't even think, dude, and this is a fact. I would like
Or not even
leave a
4-1.
comment on this.
Philly's 5-0.
Would any Philly
Yeah.
or Dallas fan I think they would admit that's like this game deserves to be in prime time over that.
Yeah.
Like what? And they totally deserve it too. But let's be real for a second. This is the prime time game. Like it's just
Yeah.
So
All right.
Josh 2 touchdowns or 3?
How crazy are we trying to get?
I don't know. I want it to hit. So like, I think 2's safe. What do you think? The odds aren't up for that right now yet.
It's spicy.
Is that too easy
The odds
or
are definitely up.
I think it might
I
be a
can't
more
see. I
defensive
can't find it
game.
on
like
DraftKings.
Are we?
I think they both play good defense whenever it's like, it's like I think it's gonna be a tighter game, like 24-28 kind of vibe. Where you might get a couple rushing touchdowns. And then,
I'm definitely taking this over. I don't know what it's at. I don't care what it's at.
54.
Oh, yep. Give it to me.
Do we like that better?
that's a pretty good. Yeah, I think that's like
To tease that instead of 3.5.
What do we tease it to?
If we buy a 6 point teaser, it'd be like 48.
If we're going like touchdown wise, like 7 numbers, what would be the easiest number to hit? Let's go.
I think 48, 28, or 24, 24.
Oh, yeah, well, they're not up yet.
29
It's
or
disappointing.
49 would be like 5 touchdowns or like 3 touchdowns each team.
All right.
Over
I think we can
49.
get that. Yeah, we'll just leave that in the teaser.
All right, over 49 or Josh Allen 2 touchdowns.
I think we got to go Josh
Over
over touchdowns.
I feel like that's such a lock. I think it's more of a lock than the over, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna write
I
it
feel like
in.
it has to be.
I'm gonna write
Dude,
it in,
way to
and then we're
shit
gonna
on me.
do.
Oh, sorry.
All right, we'll do both.
I really wasn't
we're gonna
paying
write both of them because we're split, but we'll keep an eye on it.
All right. Yeah.
100%.
Our next game, we have Dallas going to Philly. Philly is -6.5. Give me Philly, but like very real chance Dallas wins this game. Like very real.
That's a W.
Good soundbite. Give me Dallas.
This is weird to say, so odd, but you got to give me Dallas in this one.
I'm going Philly.
More Dallas than Philly.
Hi,
Wait,
Cooper.
is it
We
you
done
and me?
boys?
You and me are the only ones that took Philly, and they're favored by 6.5.
Because this is straight up. Obviously, I'm absolutely in love with Dallas plus 6.5.
Yeah, that's a good line.
I love it.
Yeah, that's kind of feels like a lot.
And I could even bump it up to 7.5 for like -130 odds.
Mm.
So to get the touchdown, because I love that D line. I've said it so many times
See,
on here.
Do you?
I think they're
Go
gonna
ahead.
get after it.
The thing is, like, yeah, Dallas, that's their strength, is their D line, but
But also,
Philly's offensive line is
It's really
at
good.
least top 5.
and also Jalen Hurts kind of
Can
negates
run.
a lot
Yeah.
of the.
agreed.
Yeah.
You know what I did see today? Jalen Hurts leads the NFL in carries inside the like 5 and 10 yard line.
He runs it all the time.
I think a nice little play would be Hurts anytime on the ground.
That's a great option. He had 2 last week.
2 on the ground last week. Oh, they're both
just QB
sneaks, right?
Yeah, but I like it. Yeah.
How do we think it's gonna play out with Dallas' secondary and the weapons of Philly? Because I think I like the Diggs Brown matchup.
I
think
like
it'll
that
be.
too.
I think it'll be like somewhat split. Maybe
you
Diggs
think-
wins.
Do you think
I don't know if he wins that matchup, but
Diggs is for sure on AJ Brown?
has to be.
I don't know. Devontae's been eating. Like he's had like 10 catches, or he had it last week at least.
I think they'll fluctuate matchups a little bit.
I think so too.
And I think it'll kind of just be. I think Dan Quinn will be thinking to himself, "Look, I'm just going to we're just going to see what works because they're going against one of the best offenses. It's going to be a tough." That's the thing is, to your point, the 6.5 though feels a little bit disrespectful because I think, and this is one of those games where here's how I'm viewing it. It's like I said before, I can't really fade Philly until if they give me reason to, but I'm going back on that because it's like Dallas' defense is so elite right now, and it's just like how long are they going to stay perfect? You know, it's like the thing we ask. It's that team every year. How long are they going to stay perfect?
Yeah.
And it's just, I just think this is the week where they're still a really good team, but Dallas is going to take advantage of them. And it's just, they have such, like, it really comes down to the defense. I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think it'll be more, it'll be like, this will be the first game the Eagles offense kind of gets contained, is like how I'm looking at it. And I think that defense is awesome too, but just the Cowboys are going to find a way to put up points on the ground, and they're going to figure it out.
I think this is a huge test for Kellen Moore. He's got to cook it up.
That defense is kind of bland. So
the Phillies defense?
Yeah, just schematically.
Yeah. But like, I'm talking, like, I think he's got to get guys. I think you got to involve Pollard in the pass game, because you got to get something easy for Cooper. Got it. Like, because I mean, last week
he didn't do shit last week.
Well, yeah,
really.
that's what I'm saying. Last week they did get the punt return touchdown. Like, stuff went their way. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that punt return touchdown, or the blocked kick or whatever it was, ain't gonna happen this week.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to score some points on offense. Obviously, got some help last week, special teams wise, but that's where I think Kellen Moore has to come in. I think he has to get creative.
Dobbs, so Lightning is striking again?
No.
Is this would
No,
be
no, no,
5
no.
times?
The front is
Four.
it's just a strong front. It happens to be an incredibly strong storm front. I'm shocked. Fake weatherman here. I thought it was going to blow over in a week or so. We're like 4 weeks in. It's like a month-long front. Some like Caribbean island shit going on with him. Cooper Rush, Caribbean island-esque. He's just Caribbean island front. He's just staying, man.
Cooper Island.
Cooper Island.
So
Key.
actually think this is the week where the Lightning runs out.
Ooh, but there's no lightning to begin with.
True, but
Because you're saying that the clouds are going to dissipate, really.
yeah, I don't know. It's just the Eagles defense has been playing very good. Bradbury and Slay have been awesome this year, so that definitely helps. I also want to bring up a similarity because I was thinking about it earlier today, actually. This Eagles team gives me vibes of the Ravens team that went 14-2. And maybe not as good or anything like that, but just like, and they might not go 14-2 and lose 2 games, but like somewhere up there where it's just like, it seems like they just keep getting lucky. Things just keep going their way all season long. And that Ravens team that year, that's exactly how it felt for me, at least, where it was just like, they just kept winning. And I don't know.
I mean,
that Eagles team has a very similar feeling.
they should have went
This
to
Eagles
overtime last week.
Yeah.
And then if you lose the toss, maybe something happens.
Maybe
but like,
Kyler goes crazy or
yeah,
something.
something. But yeah, that was scary. I like the comparison.
You know what I
do.
mean? I
do
don't
like
know.
it. Yeah.
The good news for Eagles fans, I think kind of agree with this too. Here's the difference between, for me, the two teams is that Lamar was doing like 90% of the heavy lifting, where it's like they were getting lucky and Lamar was just doing lucky shit every single week. We're like, oh my God, Lamar, stop playing. But that's, I think, where Jalen Hurts is much more like in the system successful. It's like things are being drawn up for him to be successful. And the craziest part is Eagles fans will agree. Jalen Hurts does not even have to play perfect every week for them to have a near perfect game. Like he hasn't even had like that perfect game yet. So that's got to be super exciting if you're an Eagles fan, because like there's still like where you're saying the Ravens that year, it was just like Lamar doing his thing. This year it's like the Eagles can just keep getting better, and he still hasn't even played that perfect game.
That is true.
I don't think that perfect game comes on Sunday night.
No, it definitely will not.
If it does, though, then it'll just further solidify that the Eagles are really for real.
See, to me, you guys keep talking about these perfect games, and I think you guys all brought up some really good points about how this team feels. And to me, it's just a little bit different than, teams that explode, get really lucky, everything goes their way. To me, this feels like it's been, put in the oven. They built it up. Like everything in the offseason is leading to this. And like one of my favorite quotes when I think about quarterback play in general, my favorite quotes from Tom Brady is that I'm going to try my hardest not to lose this game. And Jalen Hurts does what he needs to do. Sometimes it's running a lot. Sometimes it's throwing bombs. And when you look at, there's a great tweet that I saw. When you look at the Eagles wins throughout this year, week 1, they won in a shootout versus the Lions. They can do that. They have the ability to do that. Second week, secondary masterclass versus the Vikings. Secondary played awesome. They have the guys there to do that as well. Third week, more high-end passing versus the Commanders. Jalen Hurts played really well when he needed to. When it calls for it, he steps up and he makes those plays. Bad weather win versus the Jaguars. Like, they can do it even when like the game plan gets thrown out the window, shit goes wrong, they still find a way to do it. Then last week, the defense pulled up against the Cardinals. Like they've won in so many different ways this season that I feel like this is just a straight matchup against a divisional team you know very well. You played a lot, and you have the upper hand. They have it. So as long as Jalen Hurts doesn't shit the bed, which he's not looking like he's doing that at all this year, Philly might come out and they might cover 6.5.
Can I ask you a
That's a
question?
good point.
That was a very well said.
I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, that was
I
very
like
well
it.
said.
But like, what team do you think was like good that they beat? Like, I don't know if the Vikings are like that. Like,
That's
I
a good
agree with that
point.
point that the
That's a
Vikings
good
are
point.
overhyped right now.
you know what I'm
I-
saying? Like,
Mhm.
obviously, I'm not buying the Jags. I'm not buying the Cardinals. I'm not buying the Commanders. Lions, no.
No, I agree. The only thing I'll say about the Vikings, and I don't think that you can say that the Vikings played well in that game, at least Kirk Cousins, but like they dominated the offensively, they dominated that game. Like Jalen Hurts looked incredible throwing the ball deep, but Kirk Cousins played like shit. So it really wasn't a contest from that regard. That's a good point also. They
Like-
really haven't beaten anyone where you're just like, damn, that was a great team that they beat.
Well, I just want to acknowledge this real quick because I know Connor's going to be agreeing with this. This is what makes the Eagles, to me, so scary, is that at least from my perspective right now, they got the, like you said, top 5 O-line unit. They got a top 5 to 7 D-line unit. That is always recipe for a fantastic team. Then you throw the Jalen Hurts special in here, like you're saying. It's been cooking the receivers. That's the thing. Like I agree. It's like the Eagles feel like they've been marinating like for 2 or 3 years
Mhm.
now, and it's coming out of the oven. You know, it's like they're not pulling a Russ. They did the. They made sure that they hired the right chefs. They had the right recipes. Things are coming together, man.
To Tyler's point, no, the teams they played haven't been great, but the teams that they have played have had their best games against Philly, and Philly has still won. The Lions, that's the best game they played all year, was week 1. Commanders played them hard. That was the best game Commanders have played. No? What
No.
do you not agree with?
No.
Yeah, we did not agree with. Though.
Yeah.
Wentz was sacked 9 times. So the
This-
front was just dominated.
I mean, that
He went 25
D-line.
of 43.
wasn't it closer, though?
It was 24-8. They got their 8 points in the 4th. Commanders. It was a blowout all the way through.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you're right. You're right.
I didn't want to like shit on your parade or whatever, but
No, that's a good point, though.
because I remember that like Wentz was.
We can't be
It
giving
looked-
out false info. We need to.
It
we
looked
need to
like-
catch
it's a
each
test-
other.
it's
It
a
looked
second
like
ago.
he was
We need
gonna
to
die
catch
out
each
there.
other.
Yeah.
Like 9 sacks is actually insane.
All right, we should get moving on, but I do want to just give quick praise to Nick Sirianni and Howie. They built a great team, great roster, and Nick Sirianni is, I mean, he's got to be up there for Coach of the Year too right now. And like everyone thought he was a clown, so
Real-
shout out Nick Sirianni.
Real quick as well, I don't think we're going to take anything in this game. I feel like we're
We could
we're too
we
split.
could
Yeah.
tease the under. I'm gonna throw out a score prediction. I think it's a nasty 17-14.
It definitely will be a low scoring
Something
game,
like
yeah.
that. I could see like just straight up, just battles everywhere.
They know each other too well, like you
Yeah.
guys are saying.
Dan Quinn's been cooking too, so
Yeah.
I'm actually that's gonna be a great game also.
Yeah, I'm not throwing anything on this one.
All right, our next game, we have the Broncos going to LA to take on the Chargers. The Chargers are -5. I mean, give me the Chargers.
Yeah, give me the Chargers.
You got to give me the Chargers on this one.
Chargers quarterback play, Russ is playing awful. Herbert is still very good.
We are Chargers across the board except Hunter. Hunter, give us a little spiel on why the Broncos might win this game.
I'm excited for this.
That's why.
Ooh.
I don't know. I just have to keep doing it until he spazzes. I've bought in on the Russ train too much to hop off now. I'm not fake like that. You saw the DM I sent him.
I
That's
respect
real.
You're a Russ
That's
rider.
real.
I'm a
That's
Russ
real.
rider. So that's pause. So yeah. So
Ayo.
Hey yo.
I'm kidding. I respect.
Hey, yo, what the
okay. No, I don't know. It's truly just bias shit.
I respect
A
it.
hope and a prayer.
An honest bias, though.
I respect it. I don't know. I think the Broncos are gross. I think the Chargers have not been playing as good a football as I would have liked them to. They have a ton of injuries though also. That's important to note. They probably should have lost last week because Brandon Staley likes to go for it in terrible situations.
I don't know what. I seriously don't know what he was thinking.
And the play call was the most generic play call I've ever seen. It
Ever.
was just slants pretty
It
much,
was
right?
slants and outs.
Yeah, like come on now.
That's not
So
not good. And
it's not even like if you have Keenan Allen, sure, maybe do that because you can trust Keenan. But
to get open, right?
Come on, Mike Willie's a deep threat guy. He's really not cooking anyone off the line, really. Am I right? Like for the most part,
yeah.
Josh Palmer had a bum ankle too. He's not really cooking anyone off the line like that. Like you don't even have your best inside guy. What are you doing?
I think this is a great point that we need to like go further into because I'm not gonna lie to you, Dylan. I haven't even thought about that till this week. But can we all agree that when it comes down to it, look, the difference between the Chargers and a lot of other teams, and I'll use the Chiefs as the example here because the Chiefs are the alpha in this category. So with the creativity on a fourth down play, when we watch the Chiefs and the misdirection that they're gonna make you, they make you be honest to like two things. When do the Chargers ever do that? Like it's always the most vanilla garbage shit. Is it like it's actually atrocious? And I didn't even really think about this till just now. But it's constantly that same vanilla garbage that you're saying.
I think I have to blame you.
You do. I know you're going for you. Explain. Tell them why.
Joe Lombardi. What is Joe Lombardi cooking up,
dude? Fucking dinners. Like it's oh my. Drew Brees really got that video that we saw that from like however long ago. I wouldn't even talk because nobody's gonna know the context. But that video about Joe Lombardi where that they were doing the subtitles, that it was so accurate. Like this dude Drew made him a career.
I think this was funny. I'm just looking at the box score from last week. I watched all of this game because it was a good one. It's just funny. So Mike Williams, 10 catches, 134 yards. The next one in yards was 33. Joshua Kelly, 2 catches. Eckler, 4 catches, 26. Josh Palmer, 324. DeAndre Carter, 2-9. And Gerald Everett, 1 for 2. 1 catch, 2 yards. They need more help. Hopefully Keenan plays. But if not, they got to go make a move. They have to make a move. They got to open something up, or your boy has to step up.
No, I think it's not even
hurt. He's hurt.
I know,
too.
and I know he's been battling injuries. So it's like everyone is injured on that team.
Well, also, I don't know what Gerald Everett's excuse is either. Like he's been balling out too, and he's a good receiving tight end. Like he should be able to get open too.
It's the play calling.
To your point, if the Chargers are legit and serious about making a playoff run, they have to make a move. DJ Moore, anyone. Like
we said it. I mean, Connor said it. Robbie Anderson.
Can we start our position right now, Tyler?
Yeah, we should. Please. Sign.
Can I start something? I just thought of this and I think it's kind of cool. Odell.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Why has no one talked about this?
Same stadium.
Same stadium.
Like, things wouldn't change that much.
He would be so good with
that's crazy.
If they're fully healthy, Mike, Willie, Keenan, and Odell.
You can't even call him a traitor either because it's like
that's kind of cool.
That just made me happy. I don't know.
They're not going to do it.
Yeah, they won't, but they should.
I think DJ Moore's the better option. But
I agree for sure. Connor?
Yeah, so I was looking up some stuff when you guys
I know, you were over there cooking, typing away.
Really hear much but what you said. But what I will say is that the Broncos have gone under in 4 out of the 5 games this year. Chargers have gone under in the last 2 that they've played. I don't really see either team having the upper hand on each one. Like Surtain, no matter who he's going to get up against, it's going to be, if it is Keenan Allen's going to have a tough time. If it's not Keenan Allen, Mike Williams is going to have a tough time. Like I'm struggling to see the Chargers' offensive weapons doing a lot this game, and I'm struggling to see them put up a lot of points. But that being said, I don't want to bet the under in this game. I do think that the little bit of edge that we have here will be Austin Eckler receptions, because I feel like, that Denver defensive line's not too shabby or not too bad. And, Justin doesn't really have a left tackle right now. I don't know how Saylor played last week, but
I think he was okay.
To me, I'm not betting anything on Denver because that's just a shithole. I think Eckler receptions is the play.
Yeah, he's got to have a big game. And I mean, he's like their only guy.
It could be on the ground too.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
But
I agree. The way you analyzed it,
Denver's front is good.
Right.
Pretty good. So like, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. But then like, I feel like we haven't talked about the Broncos at all. I feel bogus. But I was gonna say like,
do we have to? I mean,
I was gonna say the one thing that they could exploit is the run game. But do you trust Melvin Gordon, Mike Boone, and Latavius Murray to do much?
Trust Latavius.
Okay, stop that. That's
I do trust Latavius.
Put the bias away.
No, hold on. Let me explain.
I like it. I like it.
He was the best running back. Fact here. No cap. This is a fact. Saints fans will agree. He had the best game of a Saint. Well, no, because Kamara last week. But minus Kamara last week, That was the best running back performance from a Saints player this year when we got him for the one fucking game. He just came over. Mosey down back to the Bayou. Shout out to you, Latavius. Came balled out for us. I still think he has it in him. That's the thing is, he's one of those running backs. He's in that category where they get just enough touches that they can still always be good. Like, they don't really put themselves into like the injury bug, kind of train. Like, they get just enough touches every year where they're like, it's just, Latavius is going to come do Latavius.
But
like,
will it be enough to move the needle?
That's the thing is, against,
No.
But
I don't trust it.
No.
If Lombardi comes and he's throwing his average depth of target at like 8, like he has been all season, shit, man. The Broncos got a better chance than they would if they don't. And if they're going to win this game, it's going to be the edges. It's going to be Randy Gregory, and it's going to be Chubb getting there. And that's the only thing about it. And that's the only way they can win, in my opinion.
If Hackett was smart, he'd probably try to run the ball.
Hackett and Smart in the
Yeah,
same
no-
sentence.
Yeah, see, that was where that was wrong.
That just doesn't work.
Trust me.
I know.
I don't like the guy either, but if he were to come through with a good game plan, I think it would involve running the ball a lot.
Yeah.
And that would have to exploit the Chargers' weakness. It is
That's
their
what I'm
It's been
saying.
their weakness for a while.
Yeah,
now.
because Staley has a hard head and, it doesn't,
He just keeps the front four and they
he
trust
just
him.
loves nickel.
Why? Do you love the front four?
I'm thinking about throwing
No.
Eckler touchdown.
It's going to happen.
Eckler touchdown?
Safe.
Okay. So
Keep-
we got
keep it on the side.
so far.
I do like the under too, though. Like
Wait,
you
so
said.
we're making
I
this
like
one
this.
giant parlay between all these games?
Yeah.
This
Kinda
is
raw.
raw.
Some games, like if we're too torn about it, or like,
not
I mean,
worth it.
Philly,
Yeah.
Dallas, we were going back and forth. I don't think there's a good play there for any of us. Like maybe Hurts touchdown, but like, I don't even know how great I feel about that.
Pretty scary. To
I
be
didn't
honest,
even know what
Cowboys
was
beat.
happening with this bet, but I like it now.
Neither did I.
that
It's
I
Cool
know.
idea.
Because
I'm not gonna lie, I
the
was just
Hurts-
as confused.
The
Now I
Hurts
get it.
touchdown or the
No.
Just in general, I didn't know
because
what was
you said
happening.
teaser and then you threw out Buffalo plus 3.5, so I thought we were just buying points from all the games.
well, I think
I was
I
confused.
thought that was a smart idea.
No, I
To do
like
like
it.
a big teaser. Like
I did
that.
like it,
Yeah.
but I was confused because I thought we were just gonna do because when you started bringing up like Josh Allen touchdown, I was like, you can't put that in a teaser.
No.
But I get what you're saying now.
It's
that
just
you
like
just
one
want to
giant
pick one
parlay,
from.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
one big parlay only for the games we feel strongly about.
All right.
I think so far over 49 or Josh 2 touchdowns, maybe both, is good. Nothing in the next game, and then Denver Chargers Eckler touchdown seems like the most likely option to
Cool with
happen,
me.
right?
This is genius.
All right, let's move on to our next game. We have the Washington Commanders heading into Chicago. I did have Washington down at first, but I switched back to Chicago because I felt so fake. I'm going to take the Bears in any game that they have a chance this year, and this is one of the few games I think they have a chance to win this year. So I have to ride. I have to.
Yeah, because I was pretty surprised about that when I saw the computer.
Were you?
No, but yeah, kind of. But 'cause we were talking about it last night. Like, what? Then you're gonna switch up?
You know what I said last night?
Yeah.
I said that
Whatever. Anyways,
80% of the bets are on the Bears.
um,
That's not a good sign.
That's such a bad sign.
nothing changes here in this seat. Bears. I'm gonna take him every game. Don't care.
Sorry, guys, but you got to give me the District of Columbia.
You know how much I I loathe the Washington Commanders. So I'm be taking the Bears as well. One thing to note is that the line was originally Chicago -1, and now it's Washington -1. So do with that information what you will.
But the caveat to that is that 80% of the bets are on the Bears, and it moved in favor of Washington. Like
It
the
seemed-
opposite way.
It seems like chumps are betting Bears and the sharps are betting Washington.
Washington.
I'd be cool not taking anything in this game, fellas.
Let's not.
Let me tell you something.
Let's
Yeah,
not.
no, we are not. This one is not going to fuck up the parlay.
Convince
We're
me,
not
Tyler.
fucking up the
No,
parlay.
I'm not. It's not for the parlay.
Okay, great.
This
'cause
makes
we're
Max
on the
0 to
same page
0.
then.
But we could if you want me to help you out.
Nope.
Anyways, the reason they're gonna win is because me and Hunter are gonna be in the stadium tomorrow.
Ooh.
That's a good
Low-key.
point.
How much magic do you guys bring with you?
All of it.
That much.
That much.
Damn.
That
magic.
much. That energy.
That could make me switch.
It's good. The juice is gonna be there. The boys are gonna be fired up. Maybe a little boozy. I don't know.
I don't
Whoa,
know.
whoa, whoa.
Booze, Tillo.
Whoa.
Hey.
Sorry.
I've been hungover on this podcast before. Ain't nothing else to it. You
Hey, I
can be
didn't
fine.
notice, so you did a
Well,
good job.
I'm telling you, the boys are gonna bring the energy and they're gonna be fired up. Orange uniforms,
Orange helmets.
orange helmets.
Or helmets.
First time ever.
They're
Raw.
gonna be fired up.
No way they can lose.
I want to switch.
I feel
Agreed.
like
I feel like I know better, but I
I feel
really,
like the
I'm really
uniforms
almost
are not
convinced.
going to look that cool.
Yeah, they will.
Why are you hating?
Yeah, wait, why is he hating?
Bro, I don't know.
Boo.
If they had, I don't know. I just don't like the orange helmets. So I'm gonna be honest.
Wait,
Oh,
hold
sorry,
on.
my bad.
Wait, I didn't. I, feel
I
like
forgot they
didn't
made
see
them to appease you.
They didn't. I can't have an opinion on it.
No.
No,
it.
but
They're pretty cool.
if we get into the game aspect of things, Jalen Johnson's back tomorrow night.
I might be wrong. They kind of
They're very Halloween-y.
they seem like very true.
Ooh.
Spooky
ass
Those
uniform.
spooky bears? Oh my goodness! I,
I
might
love that you
switch.
said that.
Yeah, the Spooky Bears.
Oh, I'm switching. Chicago. Fuck it. It's only because the spooky.
It kind of
bears.
looked cool there, actually. I
No,
don't know.
no.
That was a
I'm
quick
switching
switch up.
on record. I'm switching to the
Dude,
spooky bears.
I don't know. Sometimes the
I'm putting
uniforms
it, I'm
look
risking
different
the
in
points.
person.
Oh yeah,
We're
bro.
riding
Okay.
together. If we're chumps, we're all chumps. That's how I'm switching. I like it. It's the Halloween uniform.
Do we have anything to say game wise?
Missing piece.
They should have gone orange pants too. Just go all orange.
Yeah,
Come
why
on.
didn't they?
That would have been cool.
Or black. Why not the black to match?
It's just something with the white pants throwing me off.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
Wait, is this not? Because if I'm not mistaken, is that not black? Like that's black, right? That's not like dark blue.
I think it's navy.
I don't think so, bro. Because look at this.
It's got to be navy.
I think it's navy.
I think
It
that's,
has to be navy.
I think it's just such like a small amount. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, because I mean, we've never.
You guys will
won.
see in
I don't know.
person.
All
Let me
I'm
know
gonna
if
be
it is.
seeing is a lot of Justin Fields touchdowns. So
I hope
Kyler,
so.
tell me I'm not tripping.
These-
That is black. Is that not?
These are the games that he wakes up for. It's
That is-
prime time.
Hey, that is
All
just
right,
a dark
let's
shade.
get some
There's
analysis
no
out here
dark
real
blue
quick.
coming out of that.
Who wants to give a little analysis on this game?
I'll take the forefront. Let me barge in the door. Okay.
Kick it down.
Let me kick down the
kick
door.
down the door.
Let me start the race off. Ready, set, go. Let me see how many more I can come up with. All right, no, let's get into this. But these teams match up strangely well against each other, which is why I like. No, I don't like the over the under, but I do think that the strongest part of Chicago's defense is. I hate to say it, but our secondary, which is still not saying a lot because the secondary is bad. But now we do have Jalen Johnson back, and then I mentioned Terry. So Curtis is the only guy that really has the edge here. He's the only guy that has the edge on the offense. He might play pretty well. On the flip side, our receivers suck, and their corners suck as well. So there's not much of an edge there. Their best player on defense is Cam Curl, the safety, and our best player is Monty. So like there's no edge in this game that like puts it over. There's nothing.
I agree.
So like, what the hell is gonna happen?
Maybe
I don't know.
Monty.
I'm
That's
excited.
why we're
because
not
I don't
touching
know
this
what's
and
going to
fucking up the
happen.
parlay.
Maybe not.
Maybe Monty runs wild.
But Khalil could run wild too.
So
No, I'm
Connor,
not
what-
okay with that.
we were talking about the
I'm
PFF
I'm a
grades.
Monty owner.
Okay, fair enough. But it could be that too. Like it totally could be Khalil.
when we were talking about the PFF grades, I was shocked that Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne have not played well,
No, Deron Payne's not played well at all.
and they're supposed to be like two good interior.
He's not even in the
guys,
upper half of grading.
which is kind of crazy to me.
And there's 121 eligible dudes.
So I guess maybe Monty plays well if those guys aren't playing well. But like to me, those are still two good guys,
Yeah.
Well, and the thing, our interior is really bad.
Yeah.
So
It's
they
just a
could
shit
get
show.
after it.
No,
Brian Robinson breakout game.
maybe a Montez Sweat sack could be like a nice little like.
Yeah, but
add
I'm
that
not.
in, like,
I'm not throwing that.
that.
in.
No,
Yeah,
no
that's
shot.
too
I
risky.
can't do that.
It's
Oh,
risky, but
Fields is gonna run
scary.
wild.
A Cameron Curl pick. I just want to give Cameron Curl a shout out. Cameron Curl's been playing fantastic for the
Yeah.
3 games he's been back. He was already raw last year. He's stepping in like an elite safety this year.
I think when matchups are like this and like you don't like there's no real true edge, I think it's hard to pick A, a winner, or B, any props, because if you don't at least know what the game script's going to be a little bit, like we know what the game script's going to be like in Buffalo, Kansas City. In this,
No clue.
Justin could throw a shit ton, or we could just hand the ball off to Monty 40 times. Like I have no idea, and this game scares the living shit out of me. That's why we're all on the spooky bears.
That's why I love the game, though.
I've been saying from a betting standpoint, take anyone's yards that's running against the Bears. But like, who's going to run the ball for the Commanders? I don't know. Is it going to be Brian Robinson? Is it going to be Antonio Gibson? J.D. McKissick's been playing a lot for some reason again, and he changed his number. I was so confused. I didn't
What
even know
number is
that.
he?
I don't know. Wasn't he like 49 before? Or
41.
something?
Like 41.
41. He's like, I don't know. I have to look it up.
Like
now.
a 7 or something weird.
He's
I don't know why that popped in my head.
I feel like he's like number 2 or
He's
something.
number 23 now. Why?
Random.
I was so
Pretty
thrown
raw
off.
number though.
right.
Jordan. All right.
Can move on from this game.
Yeah,
man.
let's go
I hate
on.
this game.
Our next game, we have Baltimore going to the Big Apple. You know what's funny? They play in New Jersey. That's so weird to me.
No, that's why I was like the New Jersey Jets
Yeah.
for a
So
few years ago.
they're playing the Giants though, and the Ravens are -5.5. Give me the Ravens, and yeah, Dobbs. I'm kind of surprised by your pick.
Oh, I got an explanation ready. So
Yeah. Pretty surprised with that one. Yeah, give me the Ravens.
give me the Giants.
Give me the Ravens, but Dobbs, I want to give you the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's why I'm glad because this. Okay, so I'll just break it down as simply as I can. Okay, Dexter Lawrence has been playing unbelievable this year. He's the X factor for this game for the Giants. He's going to collapse that interior. Got my boy Kayvon out here rushing off the edge. We got some speed on the edge. I think they can contain him well. And this defense is playing pretty solid right now, man. And it's one of those things where the Ravens receivers too. It's just Mark Andrews is going to go off this game. I think Mark Andrews. If you're talking about something for the parlay, I think Mark Andrews is bound to go off this
I was
game.
thinking that too.
But other than that, I feel like the Giants, they're playing teams in a very unique way where they're playing just stout defense. They're playing smart on offense. And the Ravens defense isn't anything special. Like we were talking about, like the Ravens defense is exploitable. I think if they play smart, don't turn the ball over, and Saquon can keep it up, it's so weird to say, but the Giants actually could be a good team. Like I'm not always sold on it yet, but if they can win this, they're like officially a good team.
I have something just to counter that, just because I feel like with the Ravens, I have a fairly good idea of how they've been playing this year and what's been going on. And I think that the Giants have won games because teams have underestimated them. And I don't see John Harbaugh doing that. Like, he's not a coach that takes it easy. He knows what's coming at him, and he's going to play it right. Played it right against Cincy. And I don't think that the Giants offense matches up very well with this defense. I think the defense is going to win all over.
I was just about to say that. Maybe the biggest mismatch of the entire slate is the Ravens secondary versus the Giants receivers.
100%.
So it's either Saquon or death, basically, I think.
Right.
That's just my opinion. I don't know, because who was their number one receiver last week? David Sills?
Slayton, I thought, right?
Or yeah, Slayton played.
The return of Slayton.
Like, I'm going to still take Peters and Humphrey all day, 24/7.
And they played better last week.
And yeah, they did play good last week. So, and I don't know. I feel like Harbaugh is going to get that bootleg figured out. Because that's what it seems like the Giants. I mean, it's
That was
smart.
crazy.
It works.
Yeah, that was.
They love the bootleg.
That's crazy.
Because they bootlegged the shit out of the Bears.
Yeah.
Until they were dead.
That's just because the Bears linebackers bet on everything, though. And that's just a whole different subject. But that they knew. They were like, we just need to get them to move.
But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Harbaugh's going to have that ready to roll, and he's going to have it figured out. I think could this be a Giants come back down to earth?
100% for me.
I think it is.
I agree.
But what if they win it? What if they don't win it, but it's a close game?
I could see that.
Does that make them still like pretty official? Like,
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so. Yeah,
probably.
for sure.
But then again, like, we thought they were going to be brought down to earth in London.
Yeah.
And they sure as hell weren't.
Packers
Yeah.
are a team that will underestimate.
Well, the
their
Packers played
opponent.
at everyone's level.
Right.
And Rodgers just was not able to pull it out, which
Yeah.
he usually does.
Right.
I feel like they never cover spreads. I don't want to say that for sure, but like I have a feeling that they don't. Yeah, I just like the Giants. I don't want to say they shouldn't be 4-1, but like they're a team to me that I think everyone's kind of surprised. So I think the Ravens will kind of not give it to them, but definitely like dominate and win the game, if that makes sense.
Just a thorough win.
Yeah, if that makes sense. I don't even think
I
they're going
see
to kill them necessarily. Just like they'll be in control most of the game, you know?
And outclassing.
Yeah. And what you said about Harbaugh is 100% right. Like, if any team is not going to underestimate someone, it's going to be the Ravens and like a coach like John Harbaugh.
Yeah. And, we were talking about mismatches. Tyler, you said that the Ravens secondary on the Giants receivers is a big mismatch. Another thing I wanted to point out is that through 5 weeks, the Ravens run defense grades. Week 1, 42. Week 2, 59. Week 3, 64. Week 4, 64. Week 5, 72. It has only gotten better. And I think that's just from defensive coordinators understanding how teams are going to play their defense, and you really understand what the Giants have because they only have 2 tricks up their sleeve. It's Saquon or it's a Daniel Jones draw. He does that all the time. And Baltimore's not stupid. They're not going to let that happen to them. And they can play straight up man, cover 0 every play. And the Giants can't do anything about it. Load the box, play cover 0, and the Giants won't get a yard.
They probably will do that.
That's the smartest play. I think so too. So I don't know if we like the under in this game,
Lamar
or do we
touchdown.
like? I don't like doing quarterback touchdowns.
Yeah, it's hard.
We could do Andrews yards too. I like that as well.
Andrews.
I like Andrews yards.
I think Andrews yards I'm definitely touching because he's going to cook.
Maybe like around 50.
Andrews over 50. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so it's like if we get like
I don't know
over
if we can buy
alternate
down.
We
They always have. If you do, but
'Cause
it's not the same game.
yeah.
Oh, you're right.
So you got to take Andrews.
you won't be able to buy
You
down.
got to take Andrews yards or death.
Yeah.
Well, we can see what Andrews yards have been for the season because I think that's something that we
He
should.
had 89 last
Like-
week because he
Can I ask
made me
a quick
lose in
question?
fantasy.
Yeah, drop on us.
So I know everyone is really hyped about Dable, and I really want him to succeed. I think what the Giants are doing is cool, but I think people are just riding the momentum a little too hard right now. Like, do you guys remember in 2020 when the Bears were 5-1? Everybody knew they shouldn't have been 5-1, and then they fell the fuck apart. Now, I don't think the Giants are gonna fall like that, but that momentum at the beginning of a season, when teams are still figuring it out, I feel like is a way bigger factor than people think. Because then you get these teams that are more experienced. Once they get into midseason form, they start rolling.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I love what Dable's doing, but I think people are buying onto the hype a little too much.
Hunter, you're so right. And I used to say this like for the last couple of years. Weeks 1 through 4 are the preseason part 2. These teams don't know their identities yet. Everybody's trying to figure it out. Nobody really knows what's going on or, how the team's going to play, what are their strong points. And now it's week 5. We're getting into this team where everybody knows their identity. They know how to play. They know how to play teams that they've seen in film and whatnot. So I'm going to go back to the Mark Andrews thing real quick. I'm going to scratch out the Bills game because he played bad. But besides that, he's had 8 catches, 9 catches, 5 catches, 89 yards, 104, 52. So, I think either his yards or catches would be a good one. We can talk about this after when the line comes out, which one we want to do, but I'm just going to write in yards or catches.
Okay.
Cool with that.
All
yeah,
right.
I think catches may be what I'd want to ride with more, but we'll discuss later.
I think so too.
I took 7 catches last week and it hit. So
Right.
It was nice. Moving on our rapid fire. So we'll just go through everything. I'll give someone 30 seconds. And we'll go down the line. And we'll just get through these games real quick. So Tampa Bay is going into Pittsburgh. The Bucks are -8. Give me Tampa Bay.
Yeah, give me Tampa Bay and what could be a blowout.
Let's talk about an EU game. Yeah, just give me the Buccaneers.
I'm doing Tampa Bay as well. Maybe Tampa Bay -6.5. Nice, easy line.
I like it.
I
Cool with
definitely
me.
like
Six,
that.
-6.
-6.
They got to hit that one for us, right? I mean, that's got to be like the most lock on here.
Agreed. 100%.
Sure, I sure thought it was sweet. I took Bucks -6.5 last week because I bought down hella.
I did too.
That's
too.
crazy. The Falcons
can't
came out
have
of
it happen
nowhere.
again. Give me the push.
Yeah,
Falcons are feisty though. That's the difference. They got the feisty Falcons.
Yeah, it was for Arthur.
Yeah, he's cooking up.
That made
for
me
real.
that made me upset for real.
All right, our next game, we have the Jets going into Green Bay. The Packers are -7.5. Give me Green Bay. I don't know if I would take the line, though. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, give me Green Bay. The line is very sketchy.
Yeah, incredibly sketchy line. I really wanted to take the Jets, but I just can't against the Packers. I'm sorry, too much pedigree.
Green Bay, it's a sweep. I don't think I like anything in this game, to be honest.
Nope.
No, not at all.
Packers do have to find. They have to get this one though. They have to.
They're going to win. Money line?
I don't know.
It'll boost the parlays odds a little bit.
I mean,
Not
maybe.
by much.
Honestly, though,
Is
yeah,
it
I was gonna
worth
say I
it?
feel like this will, but no, honestly, no, because it'll be such a big
-2.5.
parlay.
Like, I don't-
Honestly,
I could do
I
2.5.
2.5.
I like.
yeah, let's throw that in.
I like
2.5.
2.5.
They can't let us down on that. Like, it's like they could, but come on, like
Well, they let us down in
Ah.
London.
They could.
When they were
They easily
across the
could. No, they can't fold for another L.
are they bringing that London juice back to? You're saying they're just gonna be just they're gonna.
Oh, that could be a big factor.
I'm not sure though. Quinnen Williams has been playing insane, and their corners are good. The defense has
have
got a great
to, like-
scheme.
They're deep. We do got to shout out the Jets defense.
I would be
'cause they have some
scared.
studs.
I would be really scared if they beat the Giants. Like, because then they're still kind of riding a high and they're just like not taking them seriously. Like, if they lose to the Giants and then the Jets, like that,
You know what?
that's concerning.
That's
You're right.
definitely
They're
my biggest
gonna,
thing.
yeah, they'll be talk.
They
of the town
need
for a
to
while.
win this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Our next game, we have the 49ers going into Atlanta. Give me San Fran. The line kind of scares me as well because Arthur's cooking something down there in the ATL. I'll tell you that.
Give me San Fran, and I think I like this line. I just think they're better coached, better defense.
Thought I
By
liked Bucks -6.5 too. I'll tell you
same,
that.
but I did. I was in love with San Fran -6 last week against the Panthers. I don't know why that was even a line. And I think it could be a situation like that this week.
I agree.
So I would say give me the 49ers, but this is the battle of the misdirection runs. Like these two O-lines, man. This is the battle of just fun, awesome O-lines this year.
Yeah, I'm going Niners too. Money line's -240. Not crazy.
What's the under at?
44.5
I think I would take that.
under.
These run games are like, I don't know. They could break.
Yeah, I don't
They
know.
break off a lot of just big gains. I could see this being.
The
San
Niners
Fran-
defense has been
San,
crazy.
San Fran's defense up front is absolutely disgusting.
I was thinking about
It
that.
is
Though.
crazy.
Are they due for a slip up a little bit? Because I was thinking about that when I was looking at the game. I was like, they've
Yeah.
been playing so damn
I
good.
don't know.
What if we did something like Kyle's Pitts yards?
Under 0?
You're hilarious,
Oh
Dylan.
my god.
No,
All
this
right,
is
so
this might be
moving
the
on.
He gets the Fred Warner matchup probably, right? Most
Yeah, that's
of-
a tough one.
Sometimes, most of the time.
It doesn't matter. He's not targeted and he's not schemed or anything. It doesn't matter.
You're right.
It doesn't matter who's guarding him.
It's almost like you could bench him and he'd get the same amount of points.
Yeah, I started Tyler Conklin in place of Kyle Pitts, and it didn't seem to matter that much, and he got 0 points. So,
It's so effed up.
Before we move on, do we want to take anything? I'm cool not taking anything.
I
It's
don't
kind of
like
a
this
weird vibe game.
I don't like it.
Such an
Uh,
odd vibes.
it's a
game.
weird game.
Falcons could win this
I'm
one
not
too.
like-
Let me be straight up.
I mean, I do like the under 2, but I would have to tease it up.
Weird vibes.
50,
Horribly weird.
I could do under 50.
49.
49.
48.
7
I
touchdowns.
feel like it could be a weirdly
Yeah.
high scoring game. Like I could see both them putting up like 25 and 28. Like I could
Low
see it
key.
being weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
See,
don't like this game.
I think
low,
we're
low key Niners did put up points late. Like they had just turnovers and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Like, and
Fuck.
imagine if San Francisco kind of runs away with it. You don't think the Falcons are going to try to
Backdoor.
run up this? Yeah.
some
Literally, that's what I was
garbage
just thinking.
touchdowns or something.
Yeah.
100%.
They are because the Falcons are good at just getting yards when they're already down like 20, where they can just chuck it. Like, oh, we got weapons. So it's like I was thinking the exact same thing, where it's like you have to blow out.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been hit and over.
All right, our next game we have the Vikings going down to Miami. The Vikings are -3.5. Give me the Vikings. Yeah, I mean no Tua, no Teddy B. Probably, I think they said Skylar Thompson's probably the starter. So, I mean, not much to say here.
Yeah, I don't got much here. I got Minnesota, but it wouldn't surprise me if they lost this one. I think because I feel like the Vikings.
Minnesota.
I feel like they're sometimes like Miami's a weird place if it's steaming hot. It gets weird out there.
Oh, this is
I
like
agree,
when,
but Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, that's
this
true.
is like
I don't
when
know.
the Dolphins.
He was
It-
balling in preseason.
Minnesota always can start slow. Like they're like a 1/2 team, it seems like.
It's a good point.
Over? What's the over?
I don't hate the over.
No,
Let's see.
you know what I think this is very
We
similar
trust
to.
Skylar to score.
Yeah, no, I think this is going to be like when the Dolphins lucked out and they got to play.
But I think the
Um,
Vikings for sure will.
We had to start Ian Book. Do you
Vikings
remember
team
that because of
total?
COVID? Remember when the Saints had to start Ian Book?
Yeah.
And then they had
Oh,
Tua.
yeah.
Yeah, and you remember how bad that went? That's going to be. This
Yeah.
is going to be the exact same thing. Like it's
They're-
literally this is
What's
just
the,
the.
They're so different teams, though. They're so
I just
different.
can't even see the Dolphins. Like to Tyler's point, I don't even know if the Dolphins are going to put up a fucking field goal if he's
What's
playing
the
all three.
Vikings
If he's
team
playing all
total?
like then just no disrespectful. Skylar
Probably like
Thompson, I think was a good
27.
prospect that I like. He has some really good
Probably like
upside,
27
but just
and a
this
half,
is like one of those thrown into
28
the
and a
fire
half.
situations where it's like
wonder-
this is bad. Where Minnesota has a solid defense. He's going to get pressured. He's going to rush throws. I just think this is going to go really bad for the Dolphins. And we love the Dolphins. We know we're like fake Dolphins fans over here, but like I'm sorry, I think they're going to get clobbered.
Minnesota.
If anything, I'll take the spread for Minnesota.
Minnesota Vikings team total touchdowns 2.5.
That Dolphins defense is good though.
That's
To
a
Hunter's
line.
point about how they start slow.
I think the Vikings will score 3 touchdowns.
That's at least 21.
Oh yeah.
They
And then-
should.
And then like the line's 45. So they have to like they're assuming that that's going to hit. I like that. I also I also don't hate Miami like plus 7.5. I think, we've been preaching McDaniels all year. He's going to do well with Tua, who wasn't a great quarterback. I think he'll do well with Skylar Thompson.
Clip that.
Whoa.
Skylar Thompson
All right.
scares me.
All right.
Right now.
That's such a fast clip.
I'm still part of Tua Anon. I'm just being realistic. He doesn't have the intangibles that great quarterbacks have. He's not a bad quarterback, but he's not anything crazy.
Part of being a Tuanon is you have to be kind of delusional. So
I agree, but I can't
lose you here, buddy. I
was delusional before the season because I was just so high on McDaniels and them. Now I'm coming back down to earth just because
That's crazy.
I don't
I'm trying to be,
It took him. It took him becoming brain dead for you to realize that.
No, it wasn't
Wow.
that. I knew
Don't
it.
clip
I knew
that.
it all along, but I'm just trying to give the people that are listening an insightful, well thought out comment. No bias.
Okay, I respect.
No,
I respect
nothing
it.
crazy. Like I'm giving you to it straight, and I'm giving you to this straight as well. I think Skylar Thompson was gonna do all right. I think McDaniel's gonna make it as easy as possible, and that Minnesota defense isn't anything special. It's pretty bland. Like they let the Bears come back and score a lot of points on them. Mostert's going. You still have Tyreek and Waddle there. Everything's there besides the quarterback. And if McDaniels can negate everything outside of Skylar Thompson, they can still put up some points.
Put those boys in space.
Exactly. Like how hard was it for
Okay,
Tua?
I
to hit?
agree. Also-
Yeah.
Skylar Thompson did look good in preseason. Granted, he's playing against players that probably aren't on NFL rosters, but he looked good.
Yeah.
Also, it's incredibly difficult to come into a game not having played in an NFL regular season game before, just get tossed in there mid-game and try to play. Like he's practicing with the ones all week, so he should look a little bit better than what we saw last week.
Do we
And he
like
can run.
Yeah.
I like that too.
He can scoot.
Do we like the lines 45.5? Do we like 42
40 and a half.
42?
or 40? Let's do the math here.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm sticking
He
with
really
it.
doesn't.
I
He
would not be
doesn't
surprised if
like
the
it.
Dolphins like literally put up a goose egg. Like would not be surprised
Yeah.
at all. Like
Well, then I'm all right. Then I'm all right doing Minnesota 2.5
2.5 touchdowns.
2.5
because
touchdowns.
I was
All right,
literally putting myself
cool
in the
with it.
same spot
Cool with it.
with like Ian Booker. I was like, no, we're gonna figure it out. Sean Payne's too good of a, and then just I just think this is gonna be like the same exact thing. Like
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm good with Minnesota 2.5.
All right, our next game
that's
we have
that's a good one.
the
That is a good one.
Bengals going down to the Saints. The Bengals are -2. I don't know. Zach Taylor kind of sucks, and he looks like Nagy, and Jamar Chase is running an Allen Robinson route tree. For all those reasons, I'm going to go with the Saints. But this game is going to be weird.
Does it have a chance to be ugly?
I think it will be ugly.
It could be ugly, but yeah, give me the Saints. I mean, they did let up a lot of points to the Seahawks last week. So I'm expecting a bounce back week for the defense, and I expect them to play what the Ravens did last week, just the too high. Because maybe if that's solving the riddle for the Bengals, why not do it?
This week, to your point, bro. This week is gonna have really good. But Dennis Allen's concerning me this year. Where I think that it's almost like this weird thing where me and my dad were talking about it. My dad's Saints fan as well, and it's almost like Dennis Allen the defense was really rocking when he was the coordinator. It's almost like he's having trouble managing the
That's what
responsibilities of everything else, and
That's
it's
what
just
happens.
not working. And it's the thing is, I'm just being honest. Dennis Allen has not sold me at all. I really want to buy in. Of course, I'm a fan of the team, but he hasn't given me really much to buy in yet. Well, that's the thing that sucks is we have the potential. We could be a really, really good team. We have no discipline. There's not really much creativity right now. We're not doing things other really good teams doing. There's not a lot of pre-snap. It's just the Saints have a lot of shit they need to figure out. But with all that said, I have to do so then we can beat Zach Taylor. So I'm going with the Saints as well.
Yeah.
And it's literally because of Zach Taylor. And that's crazy. This man is holding back the Bengals.
I am gonna go Bengals. I also think this game is disgusting. Something noteworthy is Joe Mixon is like top 5 in touches, but he's like 22nd in yards.
Carey.
Yeah,
He might be bottom 3, I think, something like that.
right.
Because they were talking about on Sunday Night Football, I saw, but
Yeah, I don't know like if you can bet his rushing attempts. I don't even know if that's a great play. I don't really like anything in this game, to
maybe
be honest.
the under.
Not at all.
Thinking the under 2. It's 42.
That's
Buy-
low.
We know who the Saints starter is
buy
gonna
up
be.
some points.
I just want to say this. I have been a Mixon hater since the start, And the 1 year we're on the pod, I publicly talk shit and he balled out. And now he's sucking again. I haven't talked shit on him. I just want to be known that I've always thought Mixon has not been him.
Well, can we talk about
That's true.
Can we talk about this?
You were very much a hater last year.
Oh, I still hated him. I just shut up.
We need to talk about this because I guess you kind of crystal balled it, oddly enough. Because we need to talk about this.
They
You
hated
guys
Jesus
have seen
too.
the thing. How if you can watch it on film too. I mean, like if you guys haven't seen it, I'll be glad to share it during recording. But based off of his stance, like literally, he has two stances. Like you can tell whether that's run or pass coming. He literally fucks over the whole offense.
That was
He
crazy. That
needs-
video was
Did we
wild.
talk about this
Stop.
on Monday?
No, he
We
tried
did,
changing it this week. He tried switching it as if that's the type of issue where like the other team's not gonna have a high enough IQ to be like, oh yeah, he just switched it. No, like it's like something you can figure it out within 5 fucking minutes of watching. So he tried just switching it where he's like, the other stance now was the pass and the run. And obviously it's easy to figure that shit out. How about you just stand the same fucking way every time? That's a coaching issue too. Back to our point. How do you not get that figured out the first fucking week it's happening? Zach Taylor's a fucking. There's just and I'm just mad because Jamar Chase is on my fantasy dynasty team. Get it the fuck together, dude. Zach Taylor is God.
I respect
But not this week. Don't get together yet.
All
Just
right.
give it like one more week.
We are over an hour, so let's try to run through these games real quick. I say we don't take anything in this game, Connor.
I agree.
Not at
So
all.
let's just give our picks real quick, and then we will find some play fast. All right. The next game, we have the Patriots going to Cleveland. The Browns are -2.5. I had Cleveland at first, but I'm gonna go Patriots.
I'm flipping. I'm flipping.
I feel weird about it. This is my weird vibes. I feel weird.
I'm flipping this as well. I do have Cleveland in here right now. This is one of the special ones that I have. This is a game you put on and you don't watch and take the under. Maybe. Actually, no. The Browns defense sucks. So
Ramondre.
yeah, Ramondre season.
I hope
and
Ramondre season.
Zappe
You
hour.
can say it. You can say it.
AK Jr.
Low key. This my hey. I hope he can turn into AK Jr. for my dynasty team. Also, shout out to Ramondre. Also, but yeah, I gotta take the Patriots.
I guess I'm the sole Cleveland guy, surprisingly.
Which
I
is
don't know.
weird, yeah.
Yeah, it was the opposite last week. I was the sole New England guy, and now I'm the sole Cleveland guy. First thing my mind goes to is Chubb touchdown, but can that keep up? Can Kareem steal a couple? Probably.
No.
I feel like that's the play this week. Is like I feel like
Kareem?
gonna.
He got it
For
last
morale
week.
purposes, you know, they're
He
kind of
took
like
one-
we got to
he
get
got one
Kareem a
last week.
touchdown.
Kareem got one last week though, so I don't want to play too much into
I'll do Chubb.
I'll do Chubb.
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 Safest.
Gotta be.
Yeah, that's definitely the safest. But a Ramondre touchdown would be nice too. For those odds,
I think that's gonna happen too. Probably.
I like Ramondre
I think
touchdown too.
those
Let me-
touches just keep going up.
Let me
We'll
write
keep
that
we'll
in.
keep those in mind.
Yeah, let
Those
me
two.
write
He
that.
played
in.
90% of the snaps last week. I know Harris got hurt in that game, but still, like if he does that this week, I mean,
He's got to find paid, right?
yeah, he's got to, right?
He's a good blocker. Ramondre's the guy, man. They just need to start playing him 90% of snaps all the time.
All right, our next game we have the Jaguars going into Indianapolis. The Colts are -2. Give me Indy. I think they're gonna start righting their wrongs, getting right.
Indy, let's get after it. Please make me look like a genius.
Yeah, I think Indy was like a fake bad team. And I don't even know how I'm saying that after last week because last week they looked all still.
But I think
you,
it's what
you know
they
what I mean.
needed.
Yeah, like it's like exactly. It's kind of like they exercised the failure that has been this year already. I think they're going to turn around.
I'm going Jacksonville. That Indy offensive line is disgusting, and I think Josh Allen is playing extremely well, and they have Trayvon Walker. That's a scary sight for a 40-year-old Matt Ryan.
It's a great point though.
Every time Matt Ryan touches the ball, he fumbles. Matt Ryan is just bad.
He has
I
a
think
record this
now.
year, right? Does he not? He broke the
Ooh.
record for most fumbles through 4 games, I believe, or 5 games.
Matt Ryan's arm looks like Drew Brees' arm.
Matt Ryan interception.
It's worse now, I think, because
Yeah.
at least Drew could still get it like most of them accurately. It's like he
Yeah.
couldn't get it down the field far, but it was like at least he's putting them in the money if it was 30 yards or less.
It's really scary, Connor, what you said. Matt Ryan interception. Because I feel like that's just. I mean, it probably
Is
would
it too
happen.
easy?
I feel like it would happen, but like I don't want to bank on that.
This
Yeah.
could totally be a Trayvon.
Yeah.
A Trayvon sack would probably get us with that. Would the
Can we
odds for
bet
that
on
not
that?
be
That's
kinda,
also very scary.
You can bet on that.
You definitely can.
I'd
Oh,
rather
really?
do Josh Allen though.
I would rather just take the under.
I think Josh is going to be getting the double teams though. That's the only reason I'm thinking Josh is going to be dude. Josh is going to be the guy getting the
Yeah,
double
I would
teams
rather
where
take the
Trayvon
under,
is like I said is that
Take
speed.
the what?
And we know Matty
Okay.
Ice.
Yeah.
He's gonna see him. He's gonna go oh shit.
Well,
He's gonna just crumble.
Fact of the matter is
He's
though,
old now.
42.
does the Colts 09 know how to run a double team? They surely didn't against Denver.
Actually,
what
no, to
about
your
under
point.
45?
And actually, I want to use this second to
I
point
like
it
it.
out because we were talking about it before the show, and I'm sorry to the Colts fans out there, but it's just true because it's like how the media nobody cannot point this out. Quentin Nelson is officially the most overrated player in the league right now. Sorry. Fact.
Let me
is. If someone can prove me wrong otherwise, leave a comment below, please.
let me cook real quick for a second.
Can we do the next game while you're cooking?
Yeah, no, I'd say I'm good.
It looks like the under has been a decent play the last couple of games.
I think that's a good play.
it's the play.
Under 45.
I think that
seems
is definitely
good.
a play.
You want to move it up a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. Our next game, we have Carolina going all the way across the country to Los Angeles to take on the Rams. The Rams are -10. I mean, I don't even think we need to go around and say it. Everyone has the Rams. I love -10 also. Like, the head coach got fired. Like, they're a mess right now. Baker might not play.
PJ's playing.
PJ is playing.
Baker's out 2 to 6 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's in a boot.
Oh.
Yeah, he was in a boot after the game.
But I thought there was news that came out that said he was like nothing serious.
I don't know. I saw 2 to 6 weeks.
Give me the Rams. I think it could be a blowout, but something to monitor. This is recorded on a Wednesday. Cup and Donald did not practice today.
They'll play.
And
Even
if
if they
Cup doesn't
don't.
play, I don't know what I'll do.
I don't think Matt Stafford will throw the ball.
That's the Panthers are just so bad, and
Also
I know the Saints
scrawny.
lost to them, so that's exactly why the Saints concern me so much. Back to Dennis Allen, but I'm saying besides the Panthers are so bad, and this is disrespectful to the Rams. I'm not -10 because what was the line last week that was -14?
Bills.
Yeah, this is disrespectful for a team that we know. Basically, we logically speaking, that ownership group does not want to win another game this year. They would be ecstatic to lose every game the rest of this year.
Can
Good
we?
point.
Should we be safe with the line or should we just take?
I was thinking safe. There's something that
So
doesn't.
-6.5 or something.
I wrote -6.5.
Okay,
and
cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
If they're winning by a
vibes
touchdown.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just think the Panthers
Connor,
suck.
That O-line
This
is
might be the game that I take like -20 or something for the Rams.
Yeah. I
Not that high, but like -16 again.
I would do 20.
The Rams are due too. That's the thing is the Rams are due for a finally. We're like, oh, that's the Rams. Like they're
Yeah.
a good offensive game. I think this is where they're going to get it right.
Can I look
This
at
really
the
snap back.
Panthers grades real quick while we marinate on that?
Cam
you
Akers
should
breakout
do-
game.
Please do. Derek Brown's having an awesome
Cap.
year. They have some defenders that are
Also,
really breaking out. I got to give them credit.
The one
but
thing I will say, Sean McVay, when they played the Falcons, he just called a very safe game. They ran the ball a lot and they didn't really try to like dominate them. So that kind of scares me also. But the Panthers are really bad. All right, our last game, we have the Cardinals going to Seattle. The Cardinals are -2.5. Wow, we have a lot of Seattle. I'm going to go Seattle just because I think the Cardinals are not good and the Seahawks have looked pretty decent. I don't know. It's a toss-up to me. Yeah. I'm just going to say Seahawks. I wouldn't be
Agreed.
surprised if the Cardinals win.
yeah, I agree. I think the Seahawks probably are the better team right now. At home, 12th man. Yeah, just give me Seattle here.
Yeah, give me Seattle because I have my reason though. This is my thing is the Seahawks at least have an identity. The Cardinals are definitely in that category of team. Like, what the fuck? What are they? Like, do the Cardinals know what they are? Would you say the
Probably
Cardinals
not.
have an identity? Because
No.
I personally wouldn't. I think that's exactly why I'm taking the Seahawks right here. At least the Seahawks know who they are.
I'm taking the Cardinals for the same reasons that we talked about the Giants game. Everybody knows Seattle shouldn't be playing as well as they are. Well, at least I think so. So I think they're going to come down to earth this game. And the Cardinals are still a good team, despite not like having D-Hop.
So you're the one who wrote Gino off, is what I'm hearing. All right, just got
Well, I
What
mean,
did Gino say?
Did
he
it right
never
back.
wrote back
Gino
to
did it
Connor.
right back.
He's
He
just
did it
going to
right
keep
back
just
to
not
Connor.
writing back.
He didn't write back to you. He doesn't like you, and he doesn't respect you.
You like that?
Yes, sir. Kirk.
Shout out Kirk, man.
Do we like anything in this game?
Over.
Oh,
Well, I could get behind an over.
what's the over?
let's buy
Let's
down
see.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
no, that's
Yeah.
definitely
I'd
worth
like to
playing.
buy down on
Two
that
just
over.
Cody
Over
defenses?
75. No, I'm just kidding.
This is the same team.
It's 50.5.
Oh.
Tie.
Taysom
fine.
Hill and Andy
Really
Dalton
high.
just put up 45 on these boys, or however. I think it's only right. Like we have to.
Could-
we
could-
have to take the over.
I could also see this game being an absolute fucking dud.
That no, 100%, like 6-3. Like, yeah, I could totally see it being like a shit dud, or we're like, wow,
Gino's playing
A
too
milk
good.
dud, actually.
but he's playing. That's the thing is, like Connor said, there's so many things that could happen. He's playing too good.
He's gonna play sound.
What do you mean by that?
He's playing literally
Um,
too good.
So
Where it's like it's gonna. I don't know.
So-
It feels like
Over-
this could be the week it gives.
Over 45 and a half?
So I'm thinking we could
I
do,
don't know.
we can buy down because 50.5 is not a good number for 7. We could do 48.5, which would get us under that 7, or we could do 42, which would also get
I
us
don't
a
think we'd have
whole
any odds. on
8.5.
Yeah, 42 might not have much odds on there. It's got to be like probably.
that. I would do 44, 45.
Yeah, so
45 sounds like just perfect.
Over 45. So far, for all the games, since we've done them completely, we are either taking, let's just take both for the Buffalo Kansas City game. I feel like that's a game you want to take 2 bets in. Over 49 for Buffalo Kansas City. Josh Allen over 2 touchdowns. Eckler touchdown against the Broncos. We're going to do Andrews yards or catches, depending on what's a better odd. Tampa Bay -6, Green Bay -2.5, Minnesota over 2.5 touchdowns. Chubb touchdown, under 50 for the Jags Colts, Rams -6.5, and over 45 for Cardinals Seahawks.
We might toss Ramondre anytime in there. It's kind of like on the
It's
bubble.
it's like at that thing, whatever you fucking call that. And this. What do you call the fucking?
What do you mean by that?
I was zoning out so hard. I don't even know.
What's the thing that goes like this?
I came back
quit.
to it when he was talking
I
about
quit.
something.
We'll have to figure this out.
So that has been the show, and we will get that parlay posted because Connor couldn't finish saying it.
well, also wait, I do
He
actually.
gave us he said it goes like this, and he didn't explain what's this.
I zoned out when Connor was speaking, but I actually do. I love this parlay.
Yeah, I love it.
Maybe I do.
I love
I think
it.
this probably going to make us like 20,000 this week.
End the
boys.
show.
Let's go.
End the show.
Let's
All right.
go.
Well, that has been the show. Thanks, guys. Connor's already out of here.
Yeah, he's upset.